So now let's talk about the part 3 of Python crash course. In this particular video we are going to talk about comparison operators. Although in the last lecture we were having the the difference between list, tuple, sets and dictionary. So now we'll be talking about the comparison operators in Python. Okay, so basically there are multiple comparison operators like greater than, okay, greater than, we have less than, and the common thing about comparison operator is that their output is always in boolean form. Okay, that means whatever the comparison operator we are using, they will result out in the boolean form. So basically when we are typing 1 greater than 2, that means it is false mathematically, so that is why it is giving us false. In the same way 1 less than 2 is true, and if we can use two comparison operators at the same time, like 1 less than equal to 1, it will give us true. We'll type 1 equal to 1 to check for the equality. So this is how we do that, and it is giving us true. Okay, then if we check for 1 equal to 2, it will give us false. Okay, but we cannot use single equal to, because it will think that you are assigning a variable. Okay, so that is why it is giving us an error that is saying can't assign to literal. That means they cannot assign a value to a integer number, as we discussed in the first lecture of this particular training program. Okay, so this is how you check for the equality, and to check for the inequality we have something known as not equal to. Then we can type 1 not equal to 3, it will give us definitely true. If I type 1 equal to not equal to 1, it will give us false, because 1 equal to false. And we can do that for strings too. If I type high equal to high, it will give us true. If I type high in the string format and I'll say equal to by or something, it will give us false. You can even use the inequality, anything you can use it. Inequality, you can say not equal to by, so it will give us true. Okay, so this is how it basically means that the comparison operators also work in using the string format. And there is a concept of and or. Okay, so what is that? If I type 1 less than 2, okay, and if I type 2 less than 3, so what should be the output? Tell me. 1 less than 2 and 2 less than 3, that means 1 less than 2 is true and 2 less than 3 is true. So if both are true, then only it will result us the output as true. So let me explain you in a much more clearer way. If I type true and true, it will give us true. If the condition of the before and the after and are true, then only it will give us true. Like the above example, this condition 1 less than true, that means 1 is less than 2, that means it is true. This part is true, and then it checks for the 2 less than 3, that means 2 number is less than 3, that means it is true. So true and true becomes true. Okay, so if both are true, then only it will give us true, otherwise it will give us false. For example, if I type, if there is a condition which is giving us false, okay, it is giving us false, and if I say false and true, then also it will give us false, then it will give us false. And if I type true and false, then it will give us false. If I type false and false, then also it will give us, sorry, it's false, not okay, it took it, okay, false and false, so it will give us false. Okay, so that is why, like, if both of the condition are true, then only it will give us true as an output if you're using and. Let's take another example with 1 less than true and 2 greater than 3, it will give us, definitely it will give us false, because it is this condition, true and false. Okay, so in the same way we have one more similar operator which is known as or, that is basically used when it will result us true only when one of the condition is true. That means if I type true or true, it will give us true, and if I type true or false, it will give us true, because one of the condition is true. If there is false or true, then also it will give us true. And if I type false and false, not false and false, it's false or false, then it will give us false. That means in the AND operator, when both of them are true, then only it will give us true, and otherwise it will give us false. And in the OR operator, if both of them are false, then only it will give us false, otherwise it will give us true. That is the most simplest way to understand the comparison operator. Okay, now let's quickly understand one more concept, which is known as if else if. Okay, is if else if, and basically it's not if else if, it's if else and elif. So let's talk about this quickly, because we have to revise this concept. So basically, if I have if true, and if we have print write a code, I can say write a code, so it will give us write a code. That means if this condition is true, then only it will go inside this. Okay, remember, this is a indentation, this is called as indent. Okay, whenever you want to create a scope inside a particular code, in the code block, when you want to create a scope in a particular code block, then what you have to do, you have to put a colon there, and when you will press enter, it will automatically give you the indentation. Although it is having the 4 spaces like this, 1 2 3 4, it is having the 4 spaces, 2 3 4, it is having 4 spaces, but anyways, right now it is not showing. So if true, and we are having print write a code, that means it is having an indent. If even one space is less here, let's say like this, if only one space is less, then it will give us the error. Okay, since we are using Jupyter Notebook, it is quite good in grabbing the thing. So see, when I have removed the space from there, it is saying expected an indented block, because after this it is expecting an indented block. So that is why, basically, remember that whenever you want to create a scope, they don't use any kind of bracket or something, they always use, the Python programming use indentation. Okay, so that is how it is going to do something. And now if I say if 1 less than 2, will have print hi, I'll say hi 1 is less than 2. Okay, if I'll say this, it will give us a desired output. If I say 1 is greater than 2, it will print us nothing, because since this condition is false, it will not go inside the scope. Okay, it will not go inside the scope. Even if I type print hello or something, it is not reading this, because this condition is false. So now what to do? If this condition is false, then what to do? That is what we call as multiple conditions. Okay, multiple conditions. So let's talk about multiple conditions from scratch. So basically, if I have if 1 not equal to 2, okay, if 1 not equal to 2, I can type print, I'll say first block. Okay, first block. And then if this condition is false, we can say else print, I'll say second block. Okay, 1 not equal to 2, print first block, else print second block. So this condition is false definitely, so that is why it is printing the first block. This is a true condition, because it is not equal to true. Okay, and if I type equal to 2, then it will give us the second block, because this condition becomes false and it will go inside else. Okay, so let's quickly add some more conditions here. If I have if 1 equal to 2, let's say, and then we are having one more condition as this. So to add one more condition, you can say elif, that means elif, that means else if. In Java, we used to say else, and then we used to put if. In this particular programming language, in Python 3.8, it's elif, that means it is combined in one. So 3 equal to 3, and if I type like print, I'll say middle block. Okay, middle block. If I run the code, it will give us the middle block, because this condition is false. Okay, this condition is false, so it checks this condition, it becomes true, so it will give us the middle block. And one more thing I want to tell you about if else and if is that, sorry, not this, if elif if is that is, let's copy it, let's paste it here. If I type something like elif, and if I say 4 equal to 4 or something, and I'll say print print, let's say a second block or something. I'll say second block. Okay, I'll say print second block. This is the third block. Okay, and this is the last block. If I save this file and I run this code and see carefully here, this condition is false, this condition is true, and it is printing it is going inside this print statement and it is printing the second block. But see, this condition is also true. This is not a false condition, and it is not printing third block. That means whenever there is an if else condition, that means there are multiple if condition, then the first condition which is becoming true is always valid, and it will not even check the other conditions. So even one of the first condition which will become true, that condition will only be get executed, and the rest of the condition will be simply ignored by the Python interpreter. So let me write it down here, that it will only execute first true condition. Okay, first true condition, and rest will be ignored. Rests ifs are ignored. Okay, but see quickly here, that's not the case if I type if and also here if. If we type here like this, it will giving us whatever the conditions are true, it will execute them. Okay, so if there is a elif condition, then it will only execute the first condition that is getting true. But if you need to implement all the true condition inside if else statement, so you have to put if there. And sometimes in web development also we use if multiple times. Okay, anyways, so let's move forward. So basically, as you can see, we have a second block here, and it is printing us that. And even if I type here like 1 equal to 1, and it will give us the first block, and rest of the condition is not even checked. Okay, so remember this thing. This is a very common thing that is being asked in the interviews also. And that's it for if else condition. That's it for the revision of if else condition. Let's move to the next lecture, and we'll be talking more about for loops and other important concepts of Python. So let's go and move to the next lecture. Thank you so much. We'll meet in the next lecture.